Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-use.com, and it is another video in the Jar of Destiny series. This is actually a tasting video. We picked these styles, I don't know, 3 months ago, but here we are, back for the attack. We've actually brewed the styles that the jar gave us through some kind of random picking out of the jar. My choice this time around was cream ale from the BJCP 2015 guidelines. This is 1C. And the cream ale, of course, historic American style, hybrid style. From the guidelines, it's a clean, well-attenuated, and refreshing American ale designed to compete with lagers. Often described as a lawnmower beer. This style is characterized by its smooth mouthfeel, its brilliant clarity, which, pretty good. I didn't do any kind of clarifiers on this, okay? Good. And a subtle balance of malt and hops. We'll get to that as we taste it. I also loved that this was supposed to be effervescent, so I tried to dial up the carbonation on this. I'm not sure if it transferred well from the keg to your house, but here we are. All right, let's go through it. This is a 5-gallon batch. The grain bill is as follows. I did 67% or 7 pounds of raw American 2-row malt. And because I hadn't ever brewed with it before, we did 1 pound or 10% of raw 6-row malt. Oh, okay. Historic style, let's do it. For the adjuncts, because this style typically has those, we did 2 pounds of flaked rice because I like that much more than the ½ pound of flaked maize. Flaked rice being 19% and flaked maize being 5% of the grain bill. A little bit higher than the up to 20% that the guidelines say about it, but who cares? Hops, 1 charge of Liberty hops, because if I'm going to have cream ale, I'm going to have Liberty hops. This is boiled for, it's a 1 ounce, 28 grams, boiled for 60 minutes. The alpha acids were a little higher than the tools were saying. They were thinking it was more like 4%. This is like 6.8. So what? I'm going to leave off the yeast for now. I threw a Whirlfloc tablet in with 10 minutes to go in the boil to try to get that clarity. Original gravity on this was 1049. Final gravity was 1009. SRM around 3. IBUs probably between 30 and 35. Again, above guidelines, which is more like around 20. The ABV percent is 5.3%. We mash for 60 minutes. We boil for 60 minutes. Fermentation with this yeast strain, I went for 3 weeks at basement temperatures, around 62 degrees or 17 degrees Celsius. And I kegged with no clarification, no gelatin, no bentonite, none of that. Okay, so let's talk about this beer. How did it turn out?
That's the first time we've mentioned bentonite on the channel.
I wanted clay to help clear your stuff.
Yes. So I'm going to skip the aroma for a second. I'm going to say on the palate, it is very clean. There's like a subtle grain sweetness to it. Relatively nondescript. I mean, it's got, and then it has, I mean, just as a bittering charge, there isn't really much of a hop flavor there, but there is a nice balanced hop bitterness that's a little bit, it's not aggressive, but it's a little bit herbally, earthy, classic Liberty type of presentation. It's clean, it's dry, the mouthfeel is crisp, it's light. It's great. It's good. It's very good. On the nose, so coming all the way back to the nose.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit in the flavor. But in the nose, there is something very subtle. At first, I thought it was like a touch of like a apple type of quality to it. But now that I know the majority of our adjunct is rice, I think I'm picking up on the aroma because I'm so used to just brewing this with flaked corn that it's a refreshing difference to actually pick up on the rice. I think that's what I'm smelling a little bit. Is it's not so much a fruity thing as much as it is like sticking your nose in a bag of rice. A little bit. It's not unpleasant. It's not out of place. It's just it's different, but it's certainly contributing to the lightness overall of the flavor profile.
Yeah,
all that. And Yeah, it's relatively effervescent. I mean, I transferred it from my keg, but it's holding, it's lacing the glass well. The foam is pretty nice. When you first poured it, you know, there was foam, but it's refoaming and holding foam really nicely. I love it. It was a pretty good win.
So the yeast I used
Mm-hmm.
was, I had a package and a half because I did one of these yeast comparisons. This is W3470.
Oh.
We did a lager dry yeast at a warmer temperature. Well, usually I'm doing even warmer temperatures. So basement temperatures now in the fall, a little colder than they are in the summer.
Yeah.
But this thing performs really quickly. I will say that by day 2 of fermentation, I took a sample, and this thing was already down like 35 points from starting gravity.
Amazing.
And I was like, because I was looking, I was like, gee, this really didn't kick off. I must have missed it. It was like,
Yeah. A lot of newer brewers tend to worry because they're like, oh, this thing hasn't started yet. It's been 48 hours. Actually, you missed it.
You missed it. Yeah, in the
A
6
certain
hours
beer
you
like
were
this
asleep.
too. Yeah. What was your mash temp on this?
It was 150, or maybe
Okay.
like for 149,
Okay, yeah.
whatever. A little lower
Yep.
than what I typically do, but
Yeah, so with flaked rice and corn, I made probably super fermentable, went all the way down to 1009. So yeah, it's very possible you just ground through it pretty fast.
because I took a sample and I had to check to see where we were, and when I saw that it was already down from the original gravity, I was like, okay, we're on. And so I just let it sit because we had time. You
Yep.
know, I got
Oh,
this
yeah.
going and I was just going to let it sit, mostly to let the yeast kind of flock out, because I knew that I had time, let it sit 3 weeks. Then I threw it in the fridge, probably cold crash for a couple of days. Then I put that in the keg, and it's been sitting in the keg. I think this has been 2 weeks in the keg.
Yeah.
So just I was going to fine it, but I didn't have time, and I just said,
I don't think
just
it's
do it.
necessary. I mean, there's a subtle bit of haze to it, but more time in the keg. it'll
Yeah,
go there.
it's
So
gonna
like-
be fine.
It's not going to change the flavor profile.
This to me,
at all.
I'm like, that's clear
It's just
enough. Yeah.
aesthetics. The flaked rice, is this like did you pick up flaked rice from a homebrew shop,
Yes.
or is this like minute rice or something? This is flaked,
Yeah, this
like
is all
genuine
from
flaked rice.
this is all from our friends, our local homebrew shop in New Hampshire.
Okay.
And that's actually where the Liberty hops came from too. And I was a little bit like, all right, let's see how they'll come through in terms of their flavor. Because there's been cream ales you've made with Liberty hops, and I can pick them out right away.
Yeah.
I think you're right about this. They're a little bit more subtle, bitter flavors than anything else that you probably get at like a flavor
I
chart.
tend to do like half of what I use for bittering. Like if I do an ounce, I tend to just throw like half an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce in at 10 minutes of Liberty.
Yeah.
Just to get that semi-noble hoppy character zing in it, like you would expect from like an American macro lager type of thing.
So, I mean, the big things I wanted to get in there were the 6-row, because in all my studies of this style, 6-row they use that a lot. And flaked rice for me, I just don't like using flaked corn, honestly. I don't like the flavor it brings at the end. Flaked rice in all of those adjunct experiments we did was the one that we liked the most. Like even with, I think it was flaked rice. And I wasn't going to put any like just table sugar, even though that was an option too.
Sure, that was an option. Yep.
I just didn't want to do that. Those things that gives me a headache after a while. It really does. Like the fermentation after that.
I think you
not
see a
so
lot
good.
of older recipes. I think even in Brewing Classic Styles there's a sugar addition.
Yeah.
Is there? I can't remember.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't look
I
at
mean,
it.
that's just an attempt to really make it drier.
Yep.
But a really good mash, and then I'd be recommend to people too. I mean, if you really want to be sure to get more fermentability out of it, is mash longer. Just let it sit at that anywhere between 145 and 150 for 90 minutes. It'll just get more fermentable.
Sure.
For sure.
Sure.
For sure. Great. Yeah, it's light, it's crisp. It's perfect for these 12-degree days we're having.
I was going to say, really, and that's Fahrenheit, friends. This is going to be a light lawnmower beer when I'm looking out at the snow.
Snowblower beer.
Yeah, snowblower beer. Hey, maybe we figured it out,
we go.
man. You need a snowblower beer,
That's what the flaked rice is for.
Yeah, that. Yes, I guess that's what it is. What is it like? It looks like snow?
I guess
What
so,
is the
yeah,
connection?
yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
Good. It's good. It's I brew so much of this. It's good to be able to taste one that someone else has brewed with a slightly different slant on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
yeah.
great.
Well, I got the Liberty hops back in. No experimentations with any other hops, that's for sure.
Awesome.
All right, Jar. Thanks a lot for the challenge. I think that we met it this time. Stay tuned next week. We'll do Mike's pick from the last sesh with the jar. And then, I don't know, for New Year's Eve, maybe we'll do another pick from the jar. What do you say, huh? Give us a comment below. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You know the deal. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com and brash-dude.com. Brew on.
Cheers.